Hi everyone, welcome to this evening's after work or evening meditation. Um, Today we are going to be doing the mindfulness of breathing and we're going to be joined by Shima, who's just having a little wash. So just making any adjustments you might like to make to your posture. So you might want to sit on a chair, you might want to sit on the floor, on your bed, use cushions, and just do whatever you need to do to get yourself comfortable. And lightly closing your eyes if that's suitable for you, if that works for you. We're going to start off just getting ourselves grounded, and then I'm going to read a poem, and then we'll go straight into the practice. I'll just say a little bit about the meditation itself before we get started. So it's a 4-stage meditation. First 2 stages we're using counting to help us to focus. If you find that the counting doesn't help, then don't bother, that's fine. You just do what works for you. So the suggestion is that in the first stage, we count 10 breaths, just dropping in the number after the out breath, and then we start again from 1. So we're breathing in and out 1, breathing in and out 2, up to 10, and then back to 1. Second stage, you're doing the same thing, but the counting comes first. So it's 1, breathe in, breathe out, 2, breathe in, breathe out, up to 10, and then back to 1. Third stage, we let go of the counting and we just focus on the breath. And then in the last stage, we focus on the breath in one part of the body. So we're looking at these subtle breathing sensations. I'd suggest the nostrils, but you can focus on the throat or the back of the body, but avoid the chest and the abdomen because they're kind of bigger sensations. And maybe bring a sense of appreciation into this practice. Okay, so let's get started. So we'll start off getting ourselves grounded. Oh, she's off. So we'll start off getting ourselves grounded. So lightly closing the eyes, resting the hands in the lap, just whatever works for you. And really bringing your attention to the points of contact you can feel with your support. So that might even mean just placing the hands on your cushion, on the bed or the chair, so you can really feel that sense of being connected, grounded. Maybe really digging the feet, the toes into the floor, so you can just really almost having a sense of the body as being like a mountain, really stable. Or I quite like imagining that my legs are like the roots of a tree. Just got this real sense of connection. And softening any tension that you might be holding. So allowing a softness in the hands. Allowing a softness in the shoulders. Allowing a softness in the neck. And allowing a softness in the jaw. And then just noticing how you are right now. And you don't need to change anything, you don't need to fix anything, you don't need to judge anything. We're simply noticing how we are. And whatever we are, whatever we're feeling, however we are, is absolutely fine. These are strange times. We can feel strange. That's absolutely fine. And we're practicing with ourselves. We're practicing in the moment just as we are. I'm going to read a poem. It's called Enough. Enough. These few words are enough. If not these words, this breath. If not this breath, this sitting here. This opening to the life we have refused, again and again, until now, until now. So when you're ready, turning your attention to the breath. So in the first stage, we're dropping in the number after the out breath. So breathing in and out 1, breathing in and out 2, and so on to 10. And then beginning again from 1. Just allowing the breath to be as it is. You don't need to control it, you don't need to force it. Our bodies know how to breathe. We simply pay attention and count. And if you notice sounds, just let those sounds be part of the background. Let them come and go, and come back to the breath. So we don't need to block out sounds. We don't need to get involved. And you can keep the counting quite light. So the counting is just there to support. The main focus is on the breath. You might have a sense that each breath is different, just as each moment is different. And our experience changes moment by moment. And we might never get to 10. That's absolutely fine. And just allowing sound to just be sound. Nothing to fix, nothing to change. It just is what it is. So moving on to the second stage. This time we drop in the number before the in-breath. So it's 1, breathe in, breathe out. 2, breathe in, breathe out. Up to 10, and then starting again from 1. So you might notice if this stage feels a little different compared with the first. Perhaps we need to focus a little bit more. We're just remembering that our breath is good enough. So we're just breathing and counting. And if our minds wander, that's just what the mind does. So if you notice a thought, doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. Just see if you can notice, let it pass, like a cloud in the sky. And come back to the breath. Come back to 1. And you might do this over and over. It's absolutely fine. So you could let a thought pass, just like Shima passing by, just coming and going. So really being curious about the breath. Really noticing the sensations. So we're not thinking about the breath, we're really feeling it in the body. So when you notice distractions, you might notice where they're located in the body. You might notice a physical response. So see if you can be curious about that in the moment. And then move back to the breath whenever you're ready. So allowing everything that happens in the moment to be part of your practice. There's nothing to change, nothing to fix, nothing to block. Moving on to the third stage, we let go of the counting and we simply rest our awareness on the breath. And you might find it helpful to place one hand on your chest and one hand on your abdomen so that you can feel the movement through the hands as you breathe. The rise and fall of the chest, the rise and fall of the abdomen. So we're exploring the whole journey of the breath in the body. And when we focus on the breath, our attention is in the present moment. We can only be aware of this breath. So if you get distracted, you might find it helpful to label and name the thought. So you might simply say to yourself, planning, worrying, thinking. So it's acknowledged, and then you can let it go. Just noticing where your attention is, moment by moment. And every time you notice a distraction, that's a moment of awareness. So congratulate yourself for noticing. Bring yourself back. So this is the breath that connects us all, even when we're apart. We're all breathing. So moving on to the final stage, we narrow our focus and tune into the more subtle sensations in one part of the body. So we're focusing on a single point. I'd suggest the nostrils, but if you can't feel anything there, you might focus on the throat or the back of the body. And if you're focusing on the nostrils, then you might notice the temperature of the air as it enters and leaves the body. You might notice if there's more sensation on the in-breath or the out-breath, on the left nostril or the right. And again, we can notice how sensations change, moment by moment. So tuning into the rhythm of the breath. Allowing a sense of fascination. And if your mind wanders, that's absolutely fine. You just notice, we let go, we come back. And we might breathe with the distraction. Everything is part of our experience. So again, we might appreciate the breath. We might have a sense of acceptance for whatever our experience is in this moment. And remembering that if we are here and we are breathing, there is more right with us than there is wrong. And then broadening your attention to a sense of the whole breath once again. And broadening further to a sense of the whole body. Sense of being present, grounded. And I'll read the poem again. Enough. These few words are enough. If not these words, this breath. If not this breath, this sitting here. This opening to the life we have refused, again and again, until now, until now. So, thank you very much, everyone. I feel like I've been part of a double act this evening. Yeah, it is a case of the show must go on, and a case of mindfulness is about non-judgment and letting go of outcomes, and just allowing things to be as they are. So hopefully she wasn't too distracting, and she's probably going to be really settled now. So tomorrow is Tuesday, and we will be doing the kindness meditation, that be myself again. So please do join us again. We're going to be doing some more in-depth stuff on the group. So if you want to join the group, it's Mindful Therapies, Mindful Communities, and that just gives an opportunity for us to discuss things a little bit more. We are looking into doing some Zoom stuff as well, so watch this space. And as always, if you're able to make a donation, that just helps us to continue doing what we're doing. And if you have any ideas, suggestions, things that you think would be helpful for you to feel connected during this time, then we're all ears. Take care of yourselves, and see you soon. Say goodbye, Sheila. Bye-bye.